Hey, hello, welcome to Smith & Smith Xbox World of Tanks, and today I'm looking at the Pz.Kpfw German medium. Kind of a quirky looking thing, obviously. You can see I've got a couple of barrel marks on it. The German barrel marks are the three small lines, and working on my third one there. But yeah, again, I think as I mentioned in the T150 review, this is a tank I sort of ignored for a while. Statistics on it didn't look all that great. It hadn't gone on too well with some of the German lights and mediums, and so I sort of just skipped past this one, to be honest, and watched a Mad Friday video, and it looked like a lot of fun, so I picked it up and got to it, and it's been amazing and a lot of fun. So you can see here, just pulling up my stats, don't normally do that, but so got a 61% win rate in this thing, which is decent, and you can see I'm 92% on the damage standing, so that third barrel mark for the final one is at 95%, and my hit ratio in this one is 55. That's probably not much. I take a lot of shots and I don't really care about that, to be honest, but in this tank that's pretty amazing, as you'll see from some of the gun stats and just how it plays. That's I wouldn't have guessed it was that good. But yeah, anyway, it's so I take a little look at that. Let's walk through the tank here, and we'll look at the packages. I mean, again, lower packages. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you gotta always usually you want to get to the top package to be honest with you, and you know, you're always usually at a lower tier gun and lower packages and things like that. So this is the one I play, the 105mm derp gun with the high explosive. That's the only way to play it, to be honest with you. It's just super fun, and you know, I know some people have seen them rolling around with it, with playing that gun, I think, with the APCR, and yeah, it probably works. It's probably fine, but it's not as nearly as much fun as you'll see. And I think we're all here to have a bit of fun usually, so that's what I'd say. So I'm looking at the other stats here, and you'll see it's got a 0.39 accuracy, which is not amazing, but all the stats here would tell you probably to use this gun. The penetration, the APCR and stuff like that's better, and the damage numbers and stuff like that. I think it just looks maybe better than the other gun. But actually that's a lie. The damage numbers are a lot more on this, but the pen on the other gun is better. But again, I don't know. It's, if you're trying to have fun, this is the tank to do. You know, one shot sort of lights and mediums with this thing. Sometimes like it loves like T67s. You'll see some of that in my gameplay that just wrecked some people, and it's just quite funny. And I know when it happens to me, it's not much fun when you're one shot by something like this and you just like, how did that happen? But the gun, 0.55 accuracy, that's like you can't hit a barn door from like 50 feet away, but it actually works a lot better than that. And these stats are a bit of a total lie, because it works so much better than that. It just plays better, and I think sometimes you can look at statistics and get a little bit tied up, and fortunately a lot of times I just play the tanks. I don't even really care too much about it. I'll have a quick glance at it, but you know, there's a lot of tanks that work a lot better than you think they do when you play them, and this is absolutely definitely one of them that does that. And so again, let's just get back to the regular, and we'll walk through the armor on your tank. You know, the armor and all the other stuff. I mean, the armor is just a joke, to be honest with you. This tank, it's got the spaced armor, that funky stuff you can see around it. You know, that's okay, but yeah, this thing's not got good armor. It's the spaced armor will help you a little bit, just because you know, when you hit when someone's trying to fire high explosive at you, it sort of protects you. You'll get damaged, but you won't get one shot too often in this thing because of the spaced armor. kind of deflects the damage here. So I'm just rolling around here trying to get to the main view. But yeah, this is pretty, say armor, not really worth talking about. You're going to get penetrated by just about anything. And here we go. So speed on this thing goes up to 40 kilometers per hour. Yeah, it gets around pretty nicely, to be honest with you. The old reverse speed's good too, and also that's good when you're trying to get out of a situation. If you can reverse fast, some tanks are super slow and you can't get out of the way. All right, so reload time 8 seconds or so. With some cruise skills, you probably get that down to 6 or 7, and then the 10 degrees of gun depression, that is huge. That is a lot, and so it means you don't have to poke too far over the hill, with this gun and derping people and stuff like that, it makes it a lot more usable, and you don't have to poke too far over. Tracks are fine. View range 350 with the cruise skills and everything else. You probably get it up to 380 or 390. That works pretty well. And then there was the who cares about the radio? I don't know why anybody would worry about the radio, to be perfectly honest with you. That's sort of useless. I don't know. It's an interesting part of the game, but I don't know. It's not one I worry about. All right, it looks like I just fire the high explosive. When you can roll for like 500 or something every now and then, or 300, you'll see a lot of times it'll do like 25 of damage or something. You hit the gun mantle or something, I don't know, but it doesn't always work. But when it works, it's just stupid. And so I just roll with that. I don't have any APCR or any premium ammo in here. Yeah, maybe I should have 1 or 2 of those lying around just for certain things, but that's not how I have used it, and I don't know. It works. I haven't really had an issue with that. So, but yeah, it's so much fun, and you'll see in my gameplay. And I've had so much fun in this tank. I could probably put like 10 videos out about this thing, and I think I've got 2 or 3 on my channel already, and I've got one that I'm putting here that is on the channel already somewhere. But there's some new gameplay from the other night that was pretty awesome. So that's something new. So all right, the last thing, crew. I'm gonna roll onto that. I've got a pretty epic crew in this thing. I'm not sure if I had this in some tank, and then when I got this, I just needed a crew, and I thought I'll stick a decent crew in it, and so I did, and I've had it for a while now, and yeah, I've got all the view range skills for the most part. I've got the clutch braking, and obviously it gets to get around a little nicer. The camo, obviously you got the camo for the bushes, you've got the other camo for the moving. That's a nice one when you're moving around. You don't get detected as easy. 6th sense, obviously, so you know when somebody knows where you are. Brothers in Arms brings up all your crew skills. And then I've got the some of the gun skills there too, so it just improves those numbers just a tiny bit, particularly when you're moving. Snapshot when you're moving around there. So yeah, good stuff. Good crew. At tier 5 it's probably a bit too much, but hey, it's just happens to be the one that's in there, and I'm leaving it alone for now, to be honest with you, because I'm having a bit of fun and chasing barrel marks, trying to get that 3rd one. But yeah, this is really a lot of fun. If you haven't got this tank, then yeah, watch this video. Maybe watch someone like Mad Friday. You'll see that it can be a lot of fun and sort of hysterical at times, and yeah, you can definitely take down a game in this thing. You can see in one of these games where there's 3 tanks left or so versus me. They're all sort of low health, and yeah, you'll see what happens. So, all right. Again, great tank. Really enjoyed it. Armor's not great, but the gun is way better. Works a lot better than you think. So we'll go take a look at some gameplay. Here. So, alright, so we're on Cliff here, and a few minutes into the game, but just wanted to skip some of the boring bits. and took the hill here, as you can see. You know, you're in a light and a medium. It's pretty powerful. Sometimes you take this hill. So a little light tank I'm trying to deal with. Gun depression helps here for sure, although he's doing a pretty good job of getting away from me and hurting my feelings right now. But almost half my health. I've got artillery. They're probably looking at me, and I got a guy trying to make me die. And a bit of a stare down here. Seriously, makes me mad. Anyway, alright, now we're gonna get to the fun stuff here. So I'm not spotted, which is nice. And I've got some, so I'll let it aim in. Look at that. That's apparently 0.55 accuracy. I don't know what that number means, but it worked alright. So here we go, there's one on the move here. I somehow hit that. This is the hard part with this gun. When you don't have something to aim at and you're trying to, you know, timing, it's the shell velocity on this thing is not quite as quick as some other tanks. And then obviously the accuracy, and when you're not aimed at a tank, it's a lot worse. And so, yeah, you can see this is, you know, good honest bit of gameplay here. This is, you know, I'm not trying to tell you this tank's perfect, and I'm having a really, really hard time here trying to hit this guy. And if I had other tanks, this guy'd be dead by now. But, you know, it giveth and it taketh away, right? So, you know. So we are losing right now, 10-8. But we have the hill, and they can't see us. Except for now. Now they saw us. And now I'm getting wrecked again. How do I survive here? We'll never know. Alright, so somebody took somebody down there. KV1 took somebody down. It's helpful. Things are starting to turn around a little bit, although they do have one extra, like, non-artillery right now. So the artilleries are definitely helpful, but when you come to the end of the game, they're not quite worth a tank, I don't always think. If that makes sense. Oh, here we go. T67. We like those. Boom. One shot. 360. And that's the sort of thing you could do with this thing. All those shots I missed, right? You don't care about those right now. Oh my god. That's just absolute trick shot there. I mean, you know what, you think, wow, that's just really lucky, but that happens with this gun and this tank a little bit more often than you think it should. So, but it is a trick shot. I mean, you'd be, I don't know. When you're on this end of it, it's funny. When you're on the other end of it, not very funny. All right, so we're back in front here. Hopefully we can't lose from here, right? Oh, there you go. Talking about artillery is not very helpful at the end of the game, but I mean, you know, one-on-one they're not all that helpful. But trying to get to this T2 here before everybody else gets there, but I don't know if I'm that fast. But you say it moves around pretty quick. Not terrible. Camo Valley is excellent on that hill there. Didn't get spotted really all that much after I dealt with that first light tank. And pretty good game, but I wanted to show that one as a little bit of fun. You know, and you can see the sort of give and the take with this gun where, you know, tanks move in at a bit of a distance. Can be quirky, and you gotta be a bit lucky or some skills or something. But you can see what I did to that T67, so that's funny. All right, so we're back to the garage here. I'm going to show you one more game. This is actually from a few evenings ago here. Just the sort of thing you can do in this tank, really. And you know, I'd say it's a map. It's on Wide Park. It's a map I'm not even all that fond of, to be honest. And the video is actually going to be. So like I was saying, this game is on Wide Park. I'm not a massive fan of this this map. I think just that big ridge in the middle just sort of makes it difficult. That yeah, it's a lot of work. But lately I've been sort of going up this side that I'll show you on the 9 line there, and just trying to scope out some people on that hill. Also spot people as they're coming across. Sort of helps your teammates out a little bit. You also want to try and stop people coming through there, because if they do, they get side shots on you. So that's kind of where the way I've been going. If I'm in a TD or something and I'm on the other side of the map, I might play down that road or something, but it's not what I... And first part of this clip here is going to be in the DVR on the Xbox replay, so you can see there's some funky stuff there. And I wasn't recording this game from the beginning, but I did catch the last 5 minutes or so of it. So I'm gonna club this together with the real 5 minutes I've got. So you'll see about halfway through here we'll change over. But if you didn't know that, you can replay pretty much any game you play on your on the Xbox here. You can replay after. I think it's up to the last 10 games you get, but then you have to play it and record it if you want to keep it. Yeah, I'm not really sure what I'm trying to do there. I'm trying to shoot through the train. I'm getting myself in a spot bother here. I think just checking there's nobody behind me. I don't think there is. And then you feel like you can see these guys, but you can't. So I sort of push up a little bit here, get behind this building, and try and scope out some shots with this. And I made a snapshot with this gun, and I hit him. You know, and again, those gun stats, that shouldn't happen. I guess I did aim that one in. Again, I'm wearing this guy out a little bit. I haven't even been shot yet. Doesn't seem like. Just making sure there's nobody over there. Come on. Scoping out something over here. Look at that. I did shoot through the gap there. It's interesting. Really being kind of aggressive here, which is not always like me. My early days of World of Tanks, I used to drive and get myself killed, and as time's gone on, I've tried to be a little bit more smart about that. A couple of guys here, and I don't have the aiming angle because I'm on the replay system here, so you can't really see that I'm aiming in here. But again, you got tanks on the move, and it could be a bit tricky with this gun, but stay still long enough, and that's what happens. And it's not all that far away. Yeah, so we sorted those guys out that could have hurt us. Alright, so we're still losing. We are 2 down, although we just evened it up a little bit. So I try to get unspotted, so I'm driving over here to get unspotted. But I really want to go back and sort some people out that are over here that seem to be creeping. And see, there's 3 tanks over there, so there can't be too much over here. And I've got a friend in the big Japanese LY experimental there, so feeling confident. Got a big friend. Giving him, and then I see a Fury, and I feel like I want to go get this guy, because I know with this gun that I might be able to wreck this guy. And I spot a Hellcat on that. Well, if he hits me, that would hurt. Didn't. And I'm trying to make him. He's looking at me. This is a tricky spot. Hellcat should be gone by now if he was smart, honestly. But he didn't. And now, with your high explosive, you may wonder why I'm not shooting through the wall here. With the high explosive, the wall will explode the shell, and it won't damage that tank. Whereas APCR will go through one layer of scenery like that. So that's just a little FYI if you don't know that. I'm sure many of you do know that. Alright, and here I'm going to swap over to the other video. Okay, so I'm back in my regular mode here, so you can see me aiming in. This is the side that I'm not feeling too comfortable there. Feeling like they might drop over this side. I'm spotted, so I'm just gonna run down the hill. Feeling like there's only 2 of us left versus 4. It's not looking great, to be honest with you, although it turns out that everybody's pretty low health, and I'm still full health, which is a wonder, but I guess people talk about saving your hit points to the end of the game, and I'm sure I was deliberately doing that, but somehow I managed to keep them all, and so that helps out. So I'm feeling like there's a tank coming here. It's really patient there. It's unlike me. Don't tell me this works. Unbelievable. There's your .55 accuracy. That's why there's such a lie in those gun stats. That's just, I mean, it'd be hard pressed to do that in a Comet or something, you know what I mean? Oh, that's a terrible shot. Butcher this. Look at this. That's when you're kicking yourself, especially in a game like this. It's me versus 3, and could have really done with that. But anyway, I know the Churchill's over here. I feel like the other tank was over the other side there. So my camo value is pretty good, and I don't want to commit myself too much. He has not spotted me somehow. As I shot, obviously you increase your you lose your camo when you shoot. Oh, that's a great shot. And then he missed. And then can I get another one in? Yes. Oh, finally took some damage. Worried about the artillery. No, the church was pretty slow, so it's probably not around that building yet. I don't know who's targeting me. Because of the proximity, I'm spotted. It's not that he's got line of sight. This is a tricky spot. I don't know quite what to get out of this. But again, the mobility is good enough, especially against the Churchill, and I've got an artillery, so see, the artillery was good. He would be a bit more aggressive here and try and help this Churchill out rather than sitting back trying to shoot me from distance. But just trying to sort of keep my angles and keep a bit of distance, because again, fighting the Churchill up close, not fun. He's just rapid fire, and he could take me out in about 15 seconds. And I missed that artillery again. But again, worth a shot on that one there at least. The other one I probably could have aimed up and got him, but that one, I think I had to give that a little rip. I'm feeling like I might go back over, and then I sort of might use these tanks, and I'm not really sure what I'm doing, to be honest. I'm trying to make sure if I can snapshot somebody, I will. Artillery might be firing at me. Oh, this is cheeky. Didn't quite make it. Boom. Alright, now you feel like there's no way I can lose the game here, right? That's your hope. Although you could get shotgun by an artillery, and I don't know with the spaced armor whether that would help me or not. Wow. Now I know his reload's at least 10 seconds, and so I can do that. Anyway, this tank, massive amount of fun. Be quite honest with you, it's been total fun, and I feel like every other time I play this game, I could probably make a video. And but yeah, a lot of fun. A couple thousand damage, 7 kills. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, a lot of fun if you haven't played it. Yeah, take no notes of those stats. Get a good crew in it. You know, keep playing it for a while, get used to it, and keep it around. It's a lot of fun. Alright, thanks guys, and see you next time on Pz.Kpfw Xbox.